The left fielder, number 18, Kane McLeod.
Hello and welcome everybody to yet another presentation of Hard Hats TV. We've got another game here for the Expos, Game 3 of the Junior State Legion Tournament. The Expos currently in a favorable situation. They did not start the day off that way. Luckily, a Brookings squad, or an Aberdeen squad, made the upset over Watertown and made both of them 1 and 2, making it so this is a win and in, or we could technically back in with a loss, allowing 7 or fewer runs. But we win, we get the 1 seed. Things are looking up. Let me give you the lineups here. So the Expos coming into this game, 48-16, the 1 seed in the tournament. Had that 5-7 loss to Watertown, who's now 1 and 2, and then won 10-3 over the Aberdeen Smittys yesterday, who are also 1 and 2. Leading off for them is leading off for the Expos, right fielder Ben Hassett, followed by left fielder Kane McLeod. The center fielder Lars Keeper will round out the outfield and bat third. Cleanup third baseman Hadley Burris. Second baseman Graydon Juvie will be at the 5. Batting behind him and playing short is Dawson Inhofer. Catcher Carter Brager is 7th. First baseman McCoy Rippentrop will bat 8th. And the designated hitter is Tatum Giddings batting 9th with Burke Eschmeyer back on the mound. He finished out the game last night, got an inning and an out.
At this time, we are pleased to welcome Sergeant Major
shutout ball. And so, to recap for the Expos, the first 3 for them: right fielder Ben Hassett, left fielder Kane McLeod, center fielder Lars Kiefer. The middle 3: third baseman Hadley Burris, second baseman Graydon Juvie, and shortstop Dawson Inhofer. In the middle 3, or the bottom 3, catcher Carter Brager, first baseman McCoy Rippentrop, and designated hitter Tatum Giddings with Eschmeyer on the mound. We're going to do the sportsmanship. Let me go through the Sioux Falls West lineup here. They come into the game 27-16-1. They are currently on top of our little striped subdivision, 2-0, with a 3-0 win over Aberdeen and a 6-1 win over Watertown. They've got good defense, good pitching. Leading off for them, the designated hitter Hudson Edberg. Shortstop Boston Bryant is going to be second. The catcher Connor McGinnis bats third. Cleanup second baseman Jackson Dunn. Center fielder Matnell Jensen will be 5th. Left fielder Jackson Warnke is 6th. Playing third and batting 7th is Kyler Boyd. Right fielder Asher Shaw will be 8th. And first baseman Caden Voss will be at the 9-hole with Bryson Metz on the mound. So to repeat for Sioux Falls West, their first 3: designated hitter Hudson Edberg, shortstop Boston Bryant, and catcher Connor McGinnis. The middle 3: second baseman Jackson Dunn, center fielder Matnell Jensen, left fielder Jackson Warnke. The bottom 3: third baseman Kyler Boyd, right fielder Asher Shaw, and first baseman Caden Voss with Bryson Metz on the mound.
You can also follow them on the Game Changer app.
All right, so here we go. Expos is going to be the home team, as they will be throughout all of the pool play here. They'll also get a home. They'll be home throughout the rest of the tournament if they can win this game, because they'll be the 1 seed in their own side, and nobody's going to be undefeated. And we have the higher seed, so my guess is that we would be the home team in the championship as well if we were to win this game. Expos still need to do it. They had that trip up at the start against Watertown with those 6 unearned runs coming to haunt them in a 7-5 loss. Burke Eschmeyer back on the mound, one of the best young pitchers here in the Post-22 organization. I saw him shut out a Missoula Mavericks team over 7 innings that ended up getting second in our Firecracker Championship, or Firecracker Tournament, going to the championship extra innings and losing to, what was it? It was Millard South, I believe. Could have been, Bellevue West from Nebraska. But Eschmeyer also pitching a great game, a shutout game in the win in the round of 16 at the Gopher Classic. We've got better internet here, provided by Post 8.
Post 15 in the first inning.
Thanks to them for always adapting to try to help us out on that front. I realize now that my little timer for when this was supposed to start was a little bit off. Apparently I set it based on the assumption that I was using the mountain time clock when it shouldn't have been, so sorry about that. But Eschmeyer on the season has pitched 48 1/3 innings, 6-1, with a 1.21 ERA, a 1.38 WHIP, and 36 strikeouts to 28 walks.
think he called that a strike.
First pitch was a strike. Second one also a strike. Eschmeyer on the offensive against Hudson Edberg, the designated hitter. DH going first. You rarely see that. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Tag him, and that'll be out number 1. So Eschmeyer starts it out with a 3-pitch K, or a 3-pitch K, yeah.
And second, the shortstop, number 1, Boston Bryant.
And that'll be his first strikeout. So a third of the way to an immaculate inning here in the top of the first.
There you go.
Up now is Boston Bryant, the shortstop. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball gets by him. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. 1 out. Eschmeyer winds, delivers. Another one is swung on and flared into left. It's carrying and away from the glove of McLeod. It's headed up to the wall. Tracking it down is Kiefer, touching second and going to third. This could be a play. Inhofer, the throw is late. And that'll be a triple for Boston Bryant. Sioux Falls West gets on the base paths. Foils the immaculate inning, no-hitter, perfect game, all in one.
Their first pitch was at 3:42 p.m. and game time temperature is 103 degrees.
Yeah, 103 degrees. It's a little bit,
Catcher, number 12.
Bit warmer.
Connor McGinnis.
Bit toasty out here today. Feels over 110. Just not ideal, but I'm in an air-conditioned place, so I'll be fine. Don't you guys worry about me. Worry about them.
I wasn't.
Here's Connor McGinnis, the catcher, trying to bring in the first run of the game for Sioux Falls West. Eschmeyer pitched 4 great pitches to start that just had one get taken for a ride by Bryant. But all in all, I wouldn't feel worried. He's finding the zone effectively, throwing good stuff. There's a strike down the middle.
How are you doing, friend?
Good.
2-1 count.
I can tell you're smart because you're up here in the cool.
Eschmeyer again, take it high. And it's a 3-1 count now. This is game number 3 of the day. The Expos' second time coming here. They came to watch between the bottom of the third and the top of the 6th in the Aberdeen game, which just so happened to be exactly when Aberdeen took their lead and gave us a lot of help that we needed. And now we control our own destiny. Winning or losing don't require anything else to happen in our favor or to keep runs down or anything. Full count, taken high, ball 4. Eschmeyer hands out a walk. And now there's runners on the corners.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 11, Jackson Dunn.
Good first innings have not really been the strong suit of this team in this tournament. They allowed a 3-run first against Watertown and allowed 1 run to score. One of just 3 against Aberdeen yesterday. So they've been down in the first inning of each of their games. Pickoff attempt is late. McCoy Rippentrop knocks it down. The runner coming home. The Breakers tag is late, and it slips out of his glove. He whipped it out of the glove, and heading to second is McGinnis. Sioux Falls West on the board with aggressive base running from Boston Bryant.
One error that let the right man come home from third, and the other error that let the man go to second.
So they're calling that 2 errors. First one, E1, on the pitcher on the pickoff.
I'm giving the guy that stole the base and monitor.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a second error because he wasn't going to go to second if they made a good throw.
I'd call that the first error though. I think the guy stole home.
E2.
Well, but he came home because they missed the throw at first base. It's just one there. Got to be 2.
All right, we got some internal debate here. No matter what, Carter Brager definitely had an error on his tag attempt with the ball slipping out. And the runner came home to score.
No, they missed. They made a bad throw.
Jackson Dunn.
Took him to second.
2 errors.
Yep.
Dunn now up. Or I guess he's still up. Still awaiting his first pitch. Sioux Falls West on the board early. There's strike one. Fastball hanging down central. Thank you all for tuning in to Hard Hats TV. Bringing this to you. Final few days of the post-22 season. Curveball, swing and a miss. And the ball gets away. The runner headed for third, and he will get there. So another, that won't be an error. It'll be a wild pitch. But nonetheless, more movement on the base paths without hitting the ball. It was a strike, though, so a wild pitch strike, not something you see too often, but not too uncommon either, especially on buried curveballs. 0-2 to Dunn. Eschmeyer got the K earlier. It's grounded over to left field. It'll get through. An RBI single for Burke. Or not Burke, for Dunn. He does a little celebration there. And he'll get an RBI, the first of its kind in this game. Sioux Falls West now up 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. First inning's really not been a good thing, but once they get through it, the pitchers are usually pretty fine. It's just getting through it is the hard part. 3 runs allowed in the top of the first in Watertown game, 1 run allowed against Aberdeen, and they had to strand a ton of runners to do it. This time they've allowed 2, and we're still going. Eschmeyer, curveball, low.
What was this guy sound like?
Matt Jensen now up the center fielder. Runner with the 2-step lead off of first. Curveball. There's a strike on the outside edge. Eschmeyer delivers. This one outside.
I'm talking to myself. Get out of my world. Get out of my world, please.
Eschmeyer going to St. Thomas More High School in Rapid City. He's a receiver there, as well as a defensive back as a sophomore. 2-1 to Jensen. There's a strike taken. No swings yet for Jensen.
Out on the boat with Jimmy Buffett.
2-2. Curveball swung on over to third. Knocked down by Burris. He'll go to first and make the play. Did he get off? They call it an out. I believe they're going to talk about that. I think McCoy was still dragging there, but there's a chance he was off the bag.
I thought he was off, but again, that's so hard for that umpire to see from out
We'll see what the home plate umpire says. He had a better view. That would go down as an error on Burris. They call him out. So he was able to stretch just far enough. And McCoy Rippentrop gets the out. 5-3 out at first.
Number 3, Jackson Warnke.
Dunn makes it over to second, where another Jackson will try to bring him in. Jackson Warnke now up to bat for the first time. Probably a break there for the Expos. Though having a 6'3" and some first baseman does not hurt. Warnke takes ball outside.
Again, we have one great person over there sitting in the sun. Right? Not the same person.
Fastball, swing and a miss. Somehow he was early to that. Might have been a change-up. One. Curveball, strike 2. Taken at the belt. I will note, I believe they have their names on the back of these jerseys. Though they're not like traditional sewn jerseys. They're like heat-plated t-shirt jerseys. Sioux Falls West Junior Legion team making it here. They did not make it to state in the other one. Swing and a miss, tag him, and that'll be the inning. But 2 runs score for Sioux Falls West in the first inning.
2 runs for Sioux Falls in the first inning.
His 3rd game.
On 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 man left on
2
base.
strikeouts now for Eschmeyer. In that inning, there was 1 hit. 2 hits led to 2 runs. Neither of them are earned. Officially 2 errors. 1 on Eschmeyer, 1 on Brager. And 1 man is left on base. I've announced my opinion many times. I don't know if I've done it for the Expos yet. I think I have. But I hold the strong opinion that if the error is on the pitcher, it should still be an earned run, because that's entirely within your control. The whole point of the unearned run is that it's not something that you did.
The whole
But
point of the earned run is that it's what the pitcher is pitching.
Only pitching?
It's a measure of his pitching,
not his fielding? Okay.
Even though pitchers are the best outfits I've seen.
That's what Bert Weiland always said.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well.
He had 2 runs, 1 error.
Anyways, we go into the bottom of the first now.
Some allergies going on over there? Or what?
On the mound over here for Sioux Falls West, we've got Bryson Metz. Sioux Falls West 2-0 at the moment. They're the only undefeated team left in the Junior Legion State Tournament, as Brandon Valley lost to Post 320 Risers earlier today. So now.
The right fielder, number 15, Ben Hassett.
Hassett going to lead us off. He went 2 for 3 last night with a triple, 2 runs. Very good lefty, both on the mound and at the plate. I would expect to see him tomorrow, assuming that the Expos are able to advance. Hassett doing a great job since being promoted from the Bullets. Strike 1. Overall, 2 for 6. Most of this lineup been hitting pretty effectively. They had 12 hits yesterday in their 10-3 win over the Aberdeen Smittys. 1-2. Curveball outside. Something to note about the Smitties, I did ask what a Smitty is, and I was indeed right. It is just somebody's name. That swung on and turned and fouled. But it is either somebody named Smith or Schmidt. I think both of them are very likely. But apparently that was the guy who pushed to start the program, I think. So it was or somebody who was heavily involved, at least. They said he was a World War I vet. That's popped up into shallow center. A couple people going back on it. The shortstop, Boston, makes the grab in the sun. And that'll be out number 1.
Batting second, the left fielder.
So Hassett starts out with an F6.
McLeod.
And it brings up Kane McLeod. There are a couple people vying for the big stick, which goes to the player with the best batting average in the state tournament. But Kane McLeod making a good claim for it. That's hit down the line into left field. McLeod going to touch first. He's headed for second. And he should be able to stay upright, and he will. That's a 1-out double. So the Expos get their first hit of the game. Kane McLeod is now 6 for 8 so far in this tournament, in addition to playing a great outfield.
Batting third.
He's also making a claim for the tournament MVP.
God bless you.
Lars Kiefer now up 2 for 5, batting .400 in the state tournament. Shows bunt, pulls it back, just caught the zone. Infield playing in. Kiefer had a bunt single yesterday. McLeod could take off here, though probably not. Yeah, he's moving. The bunt put down the line, and it hits an unfortunate mending part of the grass and dirt, and ricochets off. It probably would have had too much spin anyways, but Just unfortunate placement there, right on the border.
Umpire tried to make the bat stand up on that plate.
There's a little too much dust for that. Saturday. Hope you all are enjoying yours. Last weekend of post-22 baseball for the year, but then we get football and school and whatnot. Popped up into shallow foul territory on the third base line. Shortstop wants it, and he will make a grab behind his head yet again. So Boston makes a second ranging grab. And that'll be out number 2.
14, Hadley Burris.
So I think you could probably measure about 150 feet between the two catches that Boston was able to make. Boston Bryant, that is. Boston being the first name, not the last name. Well, still trying to bring people in. Hadley Burris done a good job of that so far. 4 RBIs, best on the team so far. Averaging 2 a game. Pitcher flinches back to second. Taking at the letters, strike 1. Burris batting over 500 so far in this tourney. Though had a little more difficulty on the defensive end. Foul back. Well, it hits the little front part of the Hyde Stadium grandstand while also going over the fence next to it, which runs parallel, which is something you don't see all the time. Trying to make something of this opportunity. Burris swings and hits one high into shallow right. Everybody's chasing it. Don't run into each other. And the right fielder misses it. He jumps up and misplaces his glove. Safe at second is Hadley Burris, and the Expos are on the board. There was a lot of commotion there. Second baseman Jackson Dunn was going, and then the right fielder Asher Shaw. And that's a path to the ball mistake that can't be called an error.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 19.
But McLeod will score for the third time. And the Expos on the board here, having the lead and keeping a man in scoring position. Lucky break. That will go down as a very unfortunate earned run for the starter Mets. First pitch, strike. Called. Is that strike 2?
Strike 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. Graydon Juvie up to bat here. 2 for 7. Mets checks, delivers, taken high. 1-1 count to Graydon Juvie. Juvie been a great glove at second. Pitched pretty well in relief in game 1. You could see him pitch again Sunday, I believe. That swung on and hit hard into right field. It splits the defenders. They're telling him to come in. Hadley Burris rounding, and the throw, a good one, but a little offline. And Graydon Juvie will slip into second on the throw, and we are all tied up. An RBI single for Graydon Juvie. Put right between second and first.
Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
He reaches second on the fielder's choice to throw home. And up comes Inhofer. Inhofer having a great week. Went 4 for 6 at the senior state tournament and is now 2 for 4 at the junior state tournament. Bunt shown with some backspin. That's a good one down the line, but there's too big a ramp off the grass. The grass just has too much elevation over the stomped on ground there, and it just gave it a little too much of a slide. But it was a perfect bunt. Would have been great on turf, but unfortunately that lip gave it too much force and made it go across the chalk. So an 0-1 now. He swings, hits one, through into left field. It gets by the outstrapped glove of Boston, and it's misplayed by the left fielder. Dawson Inhofer to second. He is going to head all the way to third. The throw go into somewhere, and the Expos take the lead. The left fielder overran it. Dawson Inhofer, extremely speedy, made it 2 and said, why not go 3? So that'll be a single. Does that go down as an error?
Getting an error.
Okay, so an E7 will advance Inhofer to second and a third.
Yes. Single with
Graydon Juvie comes in to score. That's a clean RBI because he would have been safe anyways. So 3 consecutive RBI hits for the Expos, and they are on top now. They're talking with Metz, who has allowed 4 hits, 2 extra bases in this inning.
The catcher, number 11, Carter Rader.
Expos really turned it around. It looked like this could be a shutout first. Now they're on top. Slightly high.
What's that? It's 3-2.
1-0 count. Carter Brager looking for his first hit. He's got in here twice.
Ball 1, first pitch. No, I wasn't looking on that one. I got a ball 2.
All right. We'll see. Metz delivers to Brager. Taking strike. So we got a 2-1 count here to Brager. Trying to keep the hit train going. 3 consecutive 2-out hits for the Expos on this rally. There's another strike. Taking at the stripe there on the jersey. They're wearing red and whites today. Overall, a pretty good choice to keep the heat factor a little bit lower. But, I mean, they already used their whites in Game 1, which was the coolest of any of these games, so probably a mistake. Full count. Swung on and hit into right center, and that'll get down. Another RBI hit. The 4th in succession with 2 outs here, and the Expos just keep turning the gears here on the offensive end. McCoy Rippentrop now on.
First baseman, number 28, McCoy Rippentrop.
Rippentrop, probably one of only a few guys in this tournament that you could seriously count on to be able to put it over the fence. We saw Rippentrop hit a home run during the Gopher Classic, the only run of a very important quarterfinal game. Popped up and out of play. No, the catcher going to chase after it anyways, and it is out of play.
Foul ball.
Strike 1.
Concession stand for $1, sponsored by Hawaii Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
You don't happen to know who the Rapid City game changer person would be, do you?
It's one of our injured kids in the dugout. Yeah.
I don't know how to fix
Some
this.
Canadian named Wyatt. Swung on and hit into right field. That will be caught. Play is made, and that'll finally end the inning. Jackson Warnke able to track it down.
For Rapid City in the first inning, 3 runs.
And
4 hits.
a very odd
2 errors.
way that inning went. It started out a little bit slow, then it
1 inning to score.
got fast. There were some miscues, but officially only 1 error. And the Expos now lead 4-2 after a very exciting first inning. 5 hits lead to 4 runs. 3 of them are earned. There is 1 error on the left fielder, Warnke, and 1 man is left on base. So 8 come up, 4 come in. 3 get out, 1 left on. It's now 4-2. Expos really changed the complexion in the blink of an eye of this game. They have not. This is the earliest they've led in any game in this tournament. It took them till the 3rd inning to lead last night, and it took them. Well, they never led at any point in the Watertown game. But the 1 seed really playing like it at the moment.
That was the whole point.
And we'll see. So far, the opening inning has been tough for pitchers, and then they kind of settle in and get into a groove. We'll see if that happens with Burke Eschmeyer here. The due-up is the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, 9 of Boyd, Shaw, and Voss. I think we got Wonderwall playing.
Where are you from? Pierre.
A song banned in every guitar shop in America.
Right here in Central.
For Sioux Falls in the second inning,
My wife's retired.
the third baseman, number 2,
I'm retired.
Tyler Boyd.
She had 100 years in, 130.
Take an eye.
Ask her.
Probably
It
felt
might
like
be
that.
150 by it.
Eschmeyer misses the zone again, and it's 2-0. Third baseman Boyd leading off the top of the second. He'll turn it, try to hit his coach, misses.
Pill dispensers.
Strike 1. And it's just outside the field of play, but the umpire gonna wait till it's over anyways.
Enjoy retirement anymore.
There's a slight wind, not too much, don't get too excited, it's still extremely hot. But there is a slight wind heading out to left center.
Go down south for the winter.
Taking ball again. Eschmeyer handed out 1 walk, struck out 2 so far. And Boyd will take ball 4. Eschmeyer leads off the inning with a walk.
Batting 8, the right fielder, number 4, Asher Shaw.
West of
And here comes Shaw.
Padre Island.
Okay.
3.5 hours west of San Antonio. 7 hours west of Houston.
Bunt shown. Could be a ruse. Pick off. A little offline. McCoy Rippentrop able to lunge and stop it from getting by.
Yes.
First delivery is popped up, so the bunt was not something he was married to. And Kiefer will track it down all the way from center, covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time for the first out. Up comes the 9-hole hitter Voss.
Batting
We
9,
go 200 miles.
first
Texas,
baseman,
we're halfway
number
there.
8,
Yeah.
Caleb
About
Voss.
100 miles.
Voss, the first baseman, also not something you usually see. Usually your first baseman is a bat that can't defend, so you put him in at first where he doesn't have to move too much. Doesn't have a lot of range, but usually that's a heftier guy with some good swing and a guy whose bat is so important they're willing to put him at a position that doesn't require much like that. But in this situation,
Maybe 100 miles
it's
west
the guy that
of
you're.
Tennessee.
It seems to be either second leadoff or the guy that you're possibly hiding in the lineup at the 9-hole.
About 60 miles west of San Antonio in Kerrville or Fredericksburg, Hill Country. The second
A lot of post 22 parents here, all wearing red. I wonder if they got the memo.
intermission. We like to intermission middle afternoon that way.
Pickoff is offline. It gets away. Hassett running after it in foul territory. He'll pick it up. The runner will mosey on over to second.
The power on.
And that'll be another error on Burke Eschmeyer.
380.
So if you're keeping count, that's 2 errors on pickoff attempts and no successful pickoff attempts.
Unless you're from Canada, then you go outside drinking. Yeah. Seriously.
Leadoff man. Over on second now.
Yeah.
1-1 for Voss. Eschmeyer's first pitch, fastball outside. Or wait, was that his first pitch? No, we were in the middle of an at-bat. It's 2-1.
Did you have that?
2-1.
Score?
Another one gets away. That's blocked by the umpire's shin. And that'll go down as a wild pitch.
Put that score up there already?
Moving Boyd over to
Yeah, it's, score's right.
No, I know, this was.
moving
long.
Boyd over to third.
Like, yeah, oh, you didn't know that it was 3?
Yeah,
No,
and somehow we got 4 up there now.
I was
No,
watching
it is 4.
and then I didn't get the
It is
rundown.
4?
I got
Yeah.
it in the air, but
I've been talking to zero, so.
Oh, it is 4, you're right, it is 4.
3-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Eschmeyer gets a whiff, nothing but win there for Voss. Eschmeyer looking for his third strikeout. There he gets it. Fastball right down the pipe for out number 2. Third strikeout of the game for Eschmeyer so far. And it'll bring up Edberg, the leadoff man. He struck out 2. First time he saw Eschmeyer on 3 pitches. Swing and a miss. He's throwing gas right now. Eschmeyer putting everything he has into the fastball, seeing if anybody can catch up to it. That's another kind of pitch, and that'll be out, or that'll be in the zone again. And he's trying to do the same thing, another 3-pitch strikeout possibly on the leadoff man, Edberg. It's not going to happen this time. It's floated into right, pass it underneath it, and he will make the grab for the final out. Sioux Falls West does get a man on, moves him all the way to third, and strands him. Nobody scores in the top of the second inning.
No hits, 1 error, 1 man left on.
And no hits turn into no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on.
Or
Or there is 1 error, sorry. There is 1 error on Eschmeyer, and it is still 4-2. So the Expos in the driver's seat here, up 4-2 in the bottom of the second. Something they have not done in a lot of their games so far. But things have kind of been working out for them. If you're a Post 22 fan that watched the Hard Hats in Omaha when we were in the College World Series Legion tournament down in Gretna and the Omaha area, they came into the final day with 3 teams looking for 2 spots. Everybody had 1 game left to play. The secondary tiebreaker was runs allowed per innings pitched, and the Hard Hats were slotted for the 4 spot there. They just needed 1 team. They needed 1 team to lose or 1 team to allow a few runs.
The designated hitter, number 17.
And
Kidding.
instead, it was 2 shutouts with a ton of runs scored that were mercy rules from both the other 2 teams. And even though the Hard Hats won, they won 11-6 and could not advance because everything that had to go wrong did go wrong. It's kind of been the opposite here. Going into the final day, the Expos would have needed to keep they would have, assuming the worst, which would have been a shutout win for Watertown over Aberdeen. That would mean that the Expos would only have 1 run to work with. They'd have to throw their own shutout and get a win, which would be very difficult.
Balls can be returned to the concession stand.
But instead, Aberdeen put up 11 runs and beat them 11-5. And made it so that we can win or lose with a low amount of runs allowed in order to make it. 3-2. Watertown really had a very good shot of making the playoffs here. And they just couldn't come up with anything.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand.
Foul ball.
Sponsored by Wahi Glass in the lawn chair game.
And Tatum Giddings still fighting. The 9-hole hitter, last one to come up in the game. That swung on and popped up into shallow right. That might fall, and it does not. Tracked down by the right fielder, Shaw. Covering some ground there for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 15, Ben Hassett.
And Hassett's back up. First time he flew out to the shortstop in what can only be described as shallow center. There's strike one. Taken by Hassett. He turns on one and gets it through into center field. A worm burner finds its way into the glove of the center fielder, Matnell Jensen, for a single.
Left fielder, number 18, Kane McLeod.
First single of the day for Hassett. Brings up McLeod. McLeod currently batting .750 across his 3 games so far. Hassett also a very dangerous runner. Expect him to steal here. Bunt shown. Third baseman coming in. And pitcher's going to step off the mound. He needs a little more time. Or to change his approach or something. Based on the bunt shown. We saw that ruse pulled by Sioux Falls West earlier. Pickoff attempt late. But there goes the white pants for Hassett. Hassett takes off. The throw from the catcher, a good one, but McGinnis's throw gets by the second baseman into center field. Dunn cannot grab it. And that'll be a stolen base and an error on McGinnis.
Stolen base plus error.
Hassett gets his first steal of the tournament.
We need you to start scoring the Zap games.
And McGinnis
I watch that stuff in the phone.
makes a throw that gets by Dunn at second and moves Hassett into scoring position at third base.
Well, there's a chance I might do public address for them next year.
I believe it's 1-1, or it's 0-2, sorry. It was a called strike on that pitch that turned into the throw to second. Swung on and softly grounded over to short. Boston checks, throws, and does make the out. But another run will score for the Expos. Ben Hassett comes in.
Jamie stayed with us 1 year.
RBI ground out.
I know his parents. And I'll put it on.
The center fielder, number 12, Lars Kiefer.
Just the third time that McLeod has been out at the plate, and he got an RBI for it.
Yes.
Had it been in the air, it wouldn't have counted.
They,
Would have been a sac fly.
Scoring this has a different guy as being pitcher, but that's
No, it's been
and that's
16 the whole
who
game.
they had.
Strike one taken
So,
by Lars Kiefer. Kiefer flew out on a pop-up into foul territory.
Well, it'd be a lot of fun to do.
Another strike
Final answer?
in the opposite corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and an overhand chop over to short. Boston handles. He'll throw and not get it there in time. Lugging out an infield single, Lars Kiefer. Showing off the speed.
The third baseman, number 14, Hadley Burris.
And making the 7th hit of the ball game so far for the Expos. And the runner takes off. Kiefer headed for second. McGinnis's throw, a solid one. It bounces away from Dunn. Dunn can't seem to get the ball and tag in that same motion. But that'll be a stolen base there for Kiefer. His second of the tournament. Had one yesterday.
Yep.
And then once I talk to her, then I'll-
He's been caught once, so he's 66.7%. Popped up into foul territory. Could be playable. And it will drop into the Expos dugout. One, two, or sorry, 0-2, the count. For Burris. Burris batting 5 for 8, having a great tournament at the plate. and had an RBI double, which could have been caught by the right fielder, but he overran it with 2 outs in the last inning. Curveball just off the plate outside.
I have 2 and 1 for the
That's, I had 2 and 2 after that foul ball, but the umpire just motioned up to me, it was 0 and 2.
Taken high.
Oh, well, okay. I must have missed the first one then.
2 and 2. It was the guy taking off, so it makes sense.
I
Yeah.
thought he called that ball.
Did he go on
It was
first,
strike.
with the first pitch on that still?
Yeah, it was a steal on the first pitch. Check swing, and he got hit. And that'll be a hit by pitch. Hadley Burris takes one to what looked like the wrist area. Parents' favorite. Moves Burris over to first. And they're going to talk to Metz. Metz has allowed 7 hits so far in this game. But out of the runs that he has allowed, just 3 of the 5 have been earned. It's a very hot day, so the energy a little bit more timid out here in the stands.
The umpire says, come on, guys, I don't want to stand out here in the sun.
It's only 103, it's not that.
Again, thanks to Post-8 Baseball, this stream gone without a hitch so far. Great streaming Wi-Fi provided.
The second baseman, number 19, Braden Juvie.
16 degrees higher than average.
Thank you all for tuning in, spending your weekend with me. I'm Oliver Fell, bringing it to you on Hard Hats TV. State Junior Legion Tournament with the Post-22 Expos looking to secure the championship. Outside ball gets away from McGinnis, and that'll be a wild pitch, moving both runners into scoring position. Well, that's the first truly wild pitch I've seen from Metz, and it's directly after a mound visit, so you wonder if they undid something with that. Taken outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Taken high. The count now 3 balls to no strikes. And I really think they might have undid a screw there in Metz's either confidence or composure. 3-1 count. Juvie had an RBI single with 2 outs his last time up. Popped up and going to bounce off the face here of the little overhang grandstand at Hyde Stadium here in Pierre, South Dakota. State's capital. Very well-placed capital, right down the middle of the state. And that'll be ball 4. The base is now loaded. Braden Juvie earns himself a walk. Believe it or not, that is the first walk handed out this game by Metz.
The shortstop, number 13.
And the base is loaded with 2 outs. Doing things with 2 outs has been exactly what the Expos have been looking for. They've scored every run they've scored all 5 runs with 2 outs on the board. And here's Dawson Inhofer. He had a single and came around to score on 2 outs last inning. He swings, pops one up into right field. Shaw coming in on it, and it will be dropped, but it's just foul. That is a lucky break there for Sioux Falls West, who honestly should have gotten to that ball. But instead, they do not get to the ball, and it's about, I don't know, half a foot foul, unbeknownst to the right fielder. But break will keep some runs from coming. And Inhofer called strike. All right. Well,
I wouldn't want to score that, you know, anything like that.
all right then. So that'll leave 3 men on the bases. It was
1 run. for
just
Rapid City in the
barely,
second inning.
barely caught the top of the
2
zone.
hits, 1 error,
Must have been on its way out
3
as
men left
well.
on base.
So there's the first K of the
After 2
day
innings, your score: Rapid City Post 22, Expos 5, Sioux Falls West
for
Post
Mets.
15, 2.
And 2 hits lead to 1 run. It is unearned. There is an error on. Who do I have that on? Catcher, McGinnis. And 3 men left on, bringing the total up to 4. It is 5-2 for the Expos. All in all, doing pretty well out here today. Everybody trying to finish the game as quickly as they can, baking under the hot sun. It's so hot, I'd have to think we might make some clay out here, get some bricks going. Put an egg out on that black top to the visiting dugout and probably see it sizzle a little.
For Sioux Falls West Post 15 in the 3rd inning.
The Bugs are
Shortstop,
enjoying it.
Number 1, Boston Bryant.
Shout out to all the mayflies and normal flies and gnats and mosquitoes. They're living it up right now. And the first weekend of August.
Yeah, I did.
Top of the 3rd up here. And Burke Eschmeyer coming into his 3rd inning of work. He will face Boston Bryant, who hit the first, got the first hit of the game with a triple his last time up. Also has done a pretty good job defensively out at short.
Both these teams have jerseys where the numbers are easy to read, but that helps.
Brian, a lefty shortstop.
Maybe it's a 9.
He swings and hits one right back up the middle, and that'll be a single. Bryant gets his 2nd hit of the day and leads off the inning in style.
The catcher.
And brings
Number
up
12,
McGinnis.
Connor McGinnis.
McGinnis, the only other Sioux Falls West player to score. McGinnis not having his best day behind the dish, though. 2 errors for him. Strike 1. Taken slightly to the, I guess, left side if you're the batter of center of the plate. Eschmeyer delivers another. Ooh, we calling that a ball? All right then.
Calling a football game in Pittsburgh one time in PA. So a youth shows up with white uniforms, with white numbers,
1-1.
and white gold. I had no clue. I was sitting next to DT Meyer. I figured he should know.
Ball in the dirt, bouncing, and it will be blocked by Brager. 2 balls, 1 strike for Connor McGinnis. Very Irish name. Fastball, swing and a miss. It was like an abbreviated pulled swing there. It was like halfway through he didn't want to, and then he wanted to do again. I'm glad they have a guy backing up the bullpen session over there in left, because one of the balls would have come right at their coach. Curveball in the dirt, and it gets away from Brager. That'll be a stolen base for Bryant as he took off before the ball got to the catcher. And that's the first steal off Brager today. I don't know if they got any off him yesterday. No. So that is actually the first steal off Brager in the tournament. Taken, strike 3. Nibbles away at the edge of the plate. And that'll be the
The second baseman, number 11.
first out of the inning.
Jackson Dunn.
Fourth strikeout of the game for Burke Eschmeyer. Pitching admirably so far. And it brings up Jackson Dunn. He had an RBI single to bring in McGinnis. His last time up, runner takes off, and they got him!
Out.
Bryant, despite good speed, is gunned down by Brager and Burris. And just as soon as one gets a steal off Brager, they show why nobody did it yesterday, with a caught stealing on Boston Bryant, erasing the base runner. 2-5. And now the base is empty for Jackson Dunn. But 2-out rallies have been the theme of this game. Swung on back up the middle, under the toes, and took an odd bounce off of the dirt.
That was a bad hop.
That's terrible.
And it actually still finds its way into the glove of Juvie, but it pops right back out. And it's just unfortunate there for Juvie, dealing with the uneven conditions at the dirt field here at Hyde Stadium.
If he would have caught it with him going that way,
Yeah.
he would never got it.
So that'll just go down as a single
Number 5, Matt Jensen.
for Jackson Dunn. And up comes Jensen. He grounded out to third his last time up, arguably. Curveball, just inside. Eschmeyer. There's another curveball, this time in the zone, and a big swing and a miss.
Swinging for the downs, yeah.
Yeah.
1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Little better.
And it's been nothing but curveballs for Eschmeyer to Jensen so far.
I'd throw it to him again.
We'll see what Jensen
A little farther out.
will get this time. Eschmeyer looking for the punch out. It's another breaking ball. Brager throws to second, and a successful steal made by Dunn. The throw a little bit offline.
Yeah, I was gonna say a good pitch to steal on, because you know a curveball is
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, some savvy base running there, knowing that you were getting a curve. And it'll probably be a curve again, with the two swinging strikes earlier in the at-bat. It is, and it gets away from the catcher. Another runner will get to third on a wild pitch. This has happened 3 times now in this game. One of them scored, the other one stranded. And now we got a full count here to Jensen. We'll see. Now anything's back on the table in terms of pitch selection. 2 outs, man on third. Up 3 runs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Eschmeyer gives him something. It's going to be chopped over to third. Burris handles. Throw to first. On target, on time, on line. And that'll be the final out of the inning. They strand the runner at third. Nobody scores thanks to a caught stealing from Carter Brager. And that final
2
out.
hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. After 2.5 innings, your
And
score.
that'll be it.
Everton
So
goes
1
1,
hit,
2 Expos
or 2
5,
hits lead
2
to
Expos
no
15,
runs,
2.
no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on base, bringing the total up to 3. And the Expos still on top by 3. Going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is very interesting. It didn't feel like this would happen, but it definitely didn't feel like this at the start. But it looks like the 1 seed still could be the 1 seed tomorrow. After that rough start for Watertown. Took a couple different dominoes falling, but it's worked that way. That would mean that we would be home because we won our group in the morning game, which would be 9:30 Central, from what I saw on the schedule set to me by the coach.
Yep.
Make it 9:30 game, guys gotta get up by.
At least it won't be unbelievably hot. It'll just be very hot.
Cooler tomorrow.
Oh, a mile away. 9:20?
9:30.
7:45.
Tomorrow's high is only supposed to be 86.
7:45.
But they would play the second place team in the stripe side of things, which is almost, or it should certainly be either Brookings post 74 or Pierre post 8.
The catcher.
Brandon Valley post 131. The Lynx have secured the top spot on the other side of the bracket, going 2-1. And then Brookings versus Pierre tonight. The nightcap happening after this game will be the final game of pool play and the one that will decide which one of those teams will make it to the knockout stages in the 4-team single elimination tournament tomorrow for the state title.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand.
But if
for
the
1
Expos
foul.
are to win, they would play the winner of Pierre versus Brookings. Personally, I'm rooting for Pierre. Not because anybody's easier than another, but they've been nice, and Brookings, they beat us at state. I just don't like the place. It's also buggy and hot. Swung on in, a high bouncer over to second. Dunn handles the throw on target, and that'll be the first out. Play made Dunn to Voss.
First baseman, number 28, McCoy Ribbentrop.
And Brager will start off the inning with the ground out. But the opening man has gotten out in every inning so far for the Expos, and it's worked out pretty well. They haven't scored a single run before there were 2 outs on the scoreboard. And McCoy Rippentrop now up. He swings hard shot over to Bryant. He handles the throw on target again, and the first 2 down in order for Mets. Now the fun can begin.
The designated hitter, number 17, Cason Giddings.
Giddings back up. Giddings, the lucky recipient of a very unbelievable bounce that happened in Game 2 off of the divots created by foot traffic over by first base. That's his only hit so far. He hits one through into right field, a perfectly placed single. And the Expos 2-out hitting keeps coming through.
The right fielder, number 15, Ben Hassett.
Let me count it up. They have, what would that be? That'd be 6 hits to 2 outs with a walk and a hit by pitch in 2-out situations. So
Yeah, you got it right on board.
they have, they're batting .750 as a team with 2 outs and have an OBP of 800. Strike 1. Taken in the zone for the lefty Hassett. Hassett got a single earlier. Another well-placed one by the glove of the shortstop. Stole a base, reached second on an overthrow from McGinnis, or reached third on an overthrow, and came in to score. Hassett, a versatile lefty. You'll be seeing him in a Hard Hats uniform pretty soon, you'd have to think. He can do a lot of things well. A great fielder, good arm, wicked curveball, great pitcher, very fast as well. That's swung on and it'll be turned opposite field. A flare into left field gets down, and that'll be another hit with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Make that 7 hits on 2 outs. Hassett, back-to-back innings with a 2-out, or back-to-back innings with a hit. And it brings up McLeod. McLeod, 6 for 9 so far. And the last time he was up was one of the times he got out, but it was an RBI ground out, so you can't really blame the guy. He got the RBI, brought in Hassett. 2 on, both of them relatively fast. Curveball. A slow one, but surely finds the zone. 0-2. Mets. Checks, delivers. Curveball high and outside. 1-2. Sorry that you guys are so far out from what it looks like with the camera. And you can't really see a whole big deal because it's so wide a camera shot. But wanted to make sure you guys could see center and most of the outfield, so that's what you got. But you can see everything today thanks to the great Wi-Fi provided. Brought in a router, host 8. I believe his name is Spencer, but he didn't want me to say that. And Mets gonna have a conference with McGinnis. What they want to do here with McLeod. McLeod quickly making a case for tournament MVP. Looks like he's within striking distance of the big stick, but he has plenty of games left to go. But currently batting .667. In addition to making some good grabs in the outfield with no errors. Two runners on, 2 outs. McLeod swings and hits one into left field. Tracing after it, that ball carrying, and it'll be caught by the left fielder, Warnke. And that'll end the inning. So the Expos, unable to score this time, do get 2 hits. And we enter the midway point of this game. It is 5-2 for post 22.
2 men left on base.
The proverbial front 9 of the game have been played by both sides. And the Expos on top despite having the higher score. A good little ride given there to that fastball. Take it into left. But not far enough to get past the glove of Warnke. 2 hits lead to no runs. No earned runs, no errors. 2 left on. We're going to total up to 6. 6 for 10.
6 for 11.
You have 11?
Yep.
I thought one of them was a sac fly. Does that not count?
Well, if it was a sack fly, it doesn't count. I'll go back through.
I saw a sac fly. He had one.
Which
I thought in
game,
game.
remember?
Wait, let me think. I've got 2 singles, 2 strikeouts in game 1.
Let me find game 1 first.
And then I've got.
That's 220.
Oh no, he reached on an error in the final at bat of the.
One was 2 for 4.
Yep, and then in the next game he went 3 for 3 and reached on an error.
Error counts as in at bat.
It does?
Yep.
Oh. All right then. 6 for 11.
Let's see what he said. If I don't think so, let me check. He has not finished.
Like they're moving right along.
Cloud also 2 stolen bases.
Another shortened game.
3 RBIs, 3 runs.
15 in the 4th inning. The left fielder, number 3.
39.
Eschmeyer, first pitch, fouled away. Warnke struck out swinging his last time up to end the first inning. He will check swing, but he definitely went. And that'll be strike 2. Warnke making the play out and left his last time. Something that happened yesterday, which was brought to my attention by Dexter Steen, who made the trip despite being injured, to help out his team. He might be the first base coach right now. I'm not sure. Keller, the typical first base coach, going off to, I think it was Puerto Rico. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They've got to finish the play at first. Barger throws. It's high, but McCoy Rippentrop quickly switches feet on the bag and makes the play. 5th strikeout of the game for Burke Eschmeyer.
Number 2, Tyler Boyd.
And yeah, but there was something that happened yesterday in the in the Aberdeen game. In the top of the 7th, a player hit hard into left field. Headed for first, grounded for second, got up on second, did a celebration over on second before finding out that his hard hit ball was actually caught by McLeod and left. To which he was quickly informed, took off his helmet and looked down, walking off the field. 0-2. Here's Boyd. He took a walk his last time up. We'll see if he can work it. He's not off to a good start. A 1-2 count. One, two. That ball buried before getting to the plate. Oh. Yeah. Got to walk over, get the ball, scratch off the leg. Bet everybody's a little bit itchy.
Is that it? That's it?
2-2. Ooh, just outside. And, well, credit to Boyd. He has worked it into a full count. And he could earn yet another walk. Payoff pitch. Fastball swung on and hit into left field. McLeod not going to be able to get over there. And that'll be a single. So, a blooper into left will be the first hit of the inning. Sioux Falls West gets another hit on the board.
Number 4, Asher Shaw.
That's their 5th of the ball game, I believe. Yep. 5 and then a walk twice. Man on first. Strike 1. Taken. Oh, 2 or 0-1. Taken a little bit high from Asher Shaw. I put my hotel key in between my wallet that's holding up the tripod head right now. There's strike 2. Just to give you a little more elevation. This is a very professional setup. 1-2 count. Eschmeyer gives him a fastball, and it's parried away on a play.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Eschmeyer, his 6th strikeout of the game, quickly approaching the 8 put up by Rippentrop last night against Aberdeen.
The first baseman, number 8, Caden Voss.
And so, yeah, 6 Ks on the day for him. It brings up the 9-hole hitter, Voss. Voss struck out on a full count his last time up. First pitch fouled away. You guys like it if I zoomed you in a little? Is that better for you? I want feedback. Please put in the chat.
Doesn't matter to me.
All right. We got 1 vote. Curveball, slightly inside. Gonna work. Taken high. He's been known to go complete game quite often. A 6-0 record on him. I don't know if they keep track of complete games. Another one high. And a 3-1 count. Rager walking, but not going to go over for a mound visit. Eschmeyer, 2 complete games, and it's the only 2 games that I have broadcast of him. So maybe a little misleading sample size. But maybe when I'm broadcasting him, he just goes complete game. There's strike 2. Could be a cause or an effect. Or just a small observation. Well, we got a full count here, looking for number 7. He struck out Voss on a full count back in the 3rd inning. Can he do it again? Nope. And that'll be a walk. So the inning will continue. Sorry, that was the 2nd inning when he was up before.
The designated hitter, number 19, Hudson Edberg.
And brings up Edberg. Edberg, a strikeout swinging and a fly out to right. He led off the first, ended the second. But 2 men on, Sioux Falls West getting in a position here with a tying run coming to the plate, though unlikely there's going to be a home run. These are pretty relatively large confines here at Hyde Stadium. And they've got that tall antique wooden fence out there that I think adds a lot of character to the place. Alex Dietrich hit 2 home runs. Tate Crossway hit 1 when the Hard Hats were here last year. Dietrich hit a grand slam well over the wall and left towards the little river they have out there. Ball 3. And the ball, oh, he's going to have to chase it. Toss back to the mound. Starts to run away from Eschmeyer.
Well, Jeff, I think we're gonna have to go off your book for this game.
Okay.
3-0.
The game changer, I got him going into the right game.
Eschmeyer, there he finds it. So a strike delivered on the outside.
I've made the official determination on day 1 that we're gonna go for book up there, because this game changer thing, for some reason, not doing it.
Swung on and popped up into center field. Kiefer
Up until
ranging and making the grab.
wrong game.
Well, I don't see
And yet again, Eschmeyer gets out of trouble. A left on base counter rises another 2, making it to 5 left on base to only 2 scoring in the first 4 innings of work. Burke Eschmeyer pitching well through 4. The Expos on top, 4-0. Or 5-2. The voices are getting to me.
That has scored right, but now this game is gonna screw it all up.
1 hit leads to no runs.
Like it prints a pitch count PDF.
No earned runs, no errors. 2 left on, bring a total up to 5. And it's the same score that they left the first inning with. Burke Eschmeyer, 3 shutout frames between the second and the fourth. And we will go into the bottom of the 4th inning here.
Yep, and do it.
Advanced or standard. Instead of what you call it, the average and advanced outfield, yeah.
We were at dinner last night.
Keeping track of balls and strikes.
And
You are.
Jace Caldwell, the coach of the Expos, looks back at the score sheet to make sure he was just checking things out, seeing, the game, the runs allowed. He was looking at everybody's slashes, how they were doing. And he looks over to Wyatt Reeder, the designated scorer of the game last night. And he says, Wyatt, want to explain why there's a -1 in here? Apparently Wyatt had accidentally input a run that had scored the next inning and the previous inning in there, and he had to manually overwrite it with a -1. So if you look at the 4th inning of last night's game, the last night's 10-3 win with the Expos over Aberdeen, you will see a -1 take place, and that is the responsibility of Wyatt Reeder. So, don't mean to air you out, Wyatt, but that was pretty funny. Why there's a -1 in here? And he just starts laughing before explaining. It was fun. It was a good night last night. Everybody was feeling loose. Everybody was feeling nice. I jumped into the river.
Can you cue that to where
You'll be seeing videos of that come out, but it is true. You got me to jump into the river club after dinner last night.
No.
Clothes still drying off in the bathroom of the hotel room. Swung on and turned into left field. That'll be a single, maybe 2. McLeod will hold up, that's Kiefer. Kiefer will hold up. Second hit in a row for him.
Third baseman.
He has an outfield single and an infield single now.
Now we have somebody with 10.
Yeah, they got to 10 today. Aviles from Aberdeen got out to 10 at bats today. Thank you.
And we got a man on first with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Maybe
Here's Hadley Burris.
done as far as
Burris reached base both of his last 2 times up, including an RBI double. But every run has been scored with 2 outs, so I don't think it's time yet.
Yeah, what if they walk 6 times though and then go 6 for 6 or something like that?
Slightly low. Ball 2.
Not play it.
The delivery back to the mound also slightly low. In case of his own medicine. Somebody has been warming up for some time in the outfield over there. Probably missing the shade. I'll tell you that there's nobody lined up against the railing here of the dugout. Everybody in the very back where the sun can't hit. Eventually it'll hit there. But for now, there's a little bit of shade on their upper bodies. I feel bad for the guy who has to back up the bullpen session, but as we've seen before, it is important. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike 2, and the throw well high, backed up by the shortstop Bryant. And it's a 2-2 count. Stealing second is Lars Kiefer.
3 for 3 with 2 walks.
Kiefer, his second steal of the game. Wait, what?
Did you get him? Batter's interference.
Batter's interference.
That's
So they got the man at home out.
That's not counting the 2 outs.
Since he
And he doesn't, he has to come back.
He's
Out twice.
They're both out.
They're both out?
Batter's out on the swing, catcher's out for the batter's interference. Or the,
Base runner's out
base runner's out.
because of batter's interference.
Oh.
Second baseman.
Well, I guess that's an odd double play then.
Yeah, I don't know why this would say he's.
All right.
Only 8.
Take the stolen base off the record.
I don't know baseball stats, so
Right.
the only thing I know is game changer. I don't even know what qualifies as an at bat, and I don't know, so I can't talk about it. But
Well, that was a very odd double play. I have not seen that happen this year.
As far as,
Or last year. That's the first time that's ever happened, where it's a double play on batter's interference. And ball gets away. Ball 4, and
The difference between the A's and the juniors here is we have.
Graydon Juvie gets his second walk.
Come up here, they hit this shooting.
I felt kind of like a very quick walk, but I was also paying attention to the scorecard more than I was the at-bat.
The shortstop, number 13.
Well, Juvie on base. He stole one yesterday. Austin Inhofer up to bat now, 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and as we know, the only time you get to score is with 2 outs. Runner takes off, delayed steal, easily safe. The throw nowhere close to getting there in time, and Graydon Juvie with his second steal of the tournament has not been caught. Austin Inhofer doing his part, trying to bring in another run. He swings and hits one hard into right center, and it will be caught out in center field by Jensen. That'll end the inning. So the Expos have been held off the board each of the last 2 innings, and the score has been frozen at 5-2 since the bottom of the second.
No runs for Rapid City fourth inning. On
1 hit leads to no runs, no earned runs, no errors, 1 left on,
After 4 innings, the score.
and it's still 5-2. So the pitcher is starting to get into more of a groove, I suppose. That's what it seems like, at least.
We always want to make sure that we get the right guy with it's been 10 at that. The right guy with the gold book. Big stick. I just want to make sure we get that. The rest is just a matter of maybe 13 to score 49 runs.
All right. Welp. Burke Eschmeyer coming back out for his 5th inning of work. They're going to throw him as hard as long as they can, but he's got to, I don't know, put a cold water bottle on the back of his neck between innings. He's going to get a little overheated if he keeps going.
As soon as the game's over, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. We'll play tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. The next game is over.
2 through 4 due up. That's the hitting part of the lineup. 4 hits from that part of the lineup, just 1 from everywhere else. So Bryant, McGinnis, and Dunn
Sioux Falls West in
up
the
to
fifth
bat.
inning.
Also, both runs come from that part of the lineup, and the only RBI comes from that part of the lineup. So effectively, these are the three hitters that have been making noise the entire game.
Right away, so people know about it.
Bryant, McGinnis, and Dunn.
They won't know who they play until ours.
Bryant leads things off. He will foul away a strike and
Also
into
returned
the
to
road.
concession stand for $1, sponsored by
It
Watertown.
bounces over somebody's white car. So that's a lucky break for them. Nobody was driving by at that moment. I haven't seen anybody hit it, but I'm sure it
I always
happens.
get visions flying down Capitol sometimes during the game. I saw him in the police car.
Right in the windshield. I mean,
1-1. Curveball fouled away back to the dugout
going
off
into
the
game,
netting.
Now it's not scoring.
Everybody's
for some
fine.
reason. So, it shows.
Shout out to the
that
hotel
they
ID
play
card for propping you up so you can really see first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball fouled away into the street again. Watch out. It gets over the car again.
We return to the concession stand for $1.
Whoever has that white SUV, very lucky.
Parents, don't let your kids jump in the Capitol
Have somebody read that to me to finish this game.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. He'll tag him for good measure. And that'll be the first out. Burke Eschmeyer strikes out Bryant the first time he's been out. 2 for 3 on the day now.
Number 12.
And that's strikeout number 7 of the outing for Burke Eschmeyer. Eschmeyer approaching the 8 strikeout count that McCoy Rippentrop had last night. Hey there, Cole. Nice to see you. I saw you in the other chat when we were watching the Hard Hats games on KYN TV earlier this week. But we've got a few more games to go here in the post-22 season. Expos going for a junior state championship. As the 1 seed here, it's very, very possible. Fouled away, and it'll take a bounce off the front of that outward-facing grandstand topper. Strike 1. McGinnis, a walk and a strikeout so far. Nothing put in play. He does it finally, and it'll get through into center field. So right as I say it. Proves me wrong. McGinnis with a single.
The second baseman.
On
number
1 out.
Jackson Dunn.
McGinnis, the catcher. Probably not the guy you're expecting to steal, but he might. You never know at this level. I mean, Carter Brager, our catcher, has stole once. And here's Jackson Dunn. Dunn 2 for 2 on the game with the only RBI for the Sioux Falls West squad. Post 15 West. This is a matchup of the 2 biggest metro areas in South Dakota. Low and outside, 2-0. 2 very different South Dakotas as well. One, Sioux Falls, a lot more like a mix of Iowa and western Minnesota kind of deal. And then you get a little more Wyoming-y or Nebraska-y for Rapid City. Fouled away, but I don't know who's going to have more population this week, Sioux Falls or Rapid City Sturgis, with the rally coming in. Thousands of motorbikers coming to see everything, going to the Sturgis Buffalo Chip. I know that they've got Kid Rock and Jelly Roll there. A little rock and roll. 2-1. Take it high. Yeah. It's true. Both of those are real.
Okay, it's my time to do your broadcast last night.
3-1.
Oh, that was pretty darn good. I'll give you that.
Thanks.
I'll give you that.
Fastball, strike 2.
Kid Rock, the concert is Kid Rock and Jelly Roll. Rock and roll. Stupid, really good.
They're together out there.
Full count for Dunn.
Completely different styles.
Eschmeyer delivers. It's ball 4.
2 different sets of vocabularies.
second year in a row they got second.
And Jackson Dunn will be given a walk.
So
I don't know what Eschmeyer has in terms of pitches. I'm guessing mid-70s.
The center fielder, number 5, Matt Jensen.
Is you sure that it's actually working?
Yep, it's working great.
Their game changer, like, is their game changer live right now?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't been checking.
No, it isn't. It's still the same. It's stuck. It's
Oh.
just delayed.
Come on, Wyatt, get it
no,
together.
it's the whole thing got.
Oh, the whole thing? It was like a... Oh, yikes.
No, it's because he went into the wrong games initially.
Oh,
And then I went down and tried to swap him, and then it froze everything.
well.
Yeah.
All right, so keeping track of what's going. PA announcer getting even more.
So you're
More leverage than you
became
think.
more important.
Great. Well, we got full documentation of every pitch.
Yeah. Already
Somebody can scrub this back and
Already did one this morning.
do it all themselves.
Did your dad tell you about the little Huron Sanger in here last night?
Thanks, Roger and Joanne.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
I don't know. It was
1-1 count. Pickoff attempt might get him. Did they? Yes. I thought he got his hand in there, but he was kind of cut off by Rippentrop. But, I don't know. It was caught and tagged at like the exact same moment. That might have been enough. But Rippentrop definitely in the way of the jump back. But he had to be. He had to come forward in order to get that ball. I don't really know how that works.
They're not gonna.
Now talk it over.
Jay always pick up first.
Yeah, they
Ah, called it out. And McCoy Rippentrop and Burke Eschmeyer connect for a caught stealing, or a pickoff, I suppose, of Jackson Dunn on first base. 2 outs now, and erase a man from the bases. It brings up Matt Jensen, who is 0 for 2, grounding out to third both times. 1-1 count. Curveball, swing and a miss. He keeps whiffing on that curveball, wanting to take it deep.
Not like curveball.
No, he does not.
It's a nice swing. It's just the way
1-2.
he's looking back.
Has not struck out to his credit. Another curveball. He gets a piece of that one, and he will get it through into center field. A perfectly placed one right down the middle of the defense. And Jensen finally makes contact. I think it was not exactly that same swing for the fences type swing he was throwing before. More of a contact swing, but he able to make the adjustment. McGinnis goes to third.
The left fielder, number 3,
And
Jackson Warnke.
instead of the bases being loaded, luckily it's just runners on the corners with 2 outs. Thanks to that pickoff. And Jackson Warnke now up. He struck out both times to Eschmeyer, but Caldwell going to come check on him. He's allowed 3 runners to reach safely, but he erased one on the pickoff. Jensen's got to take his own gear back. First base coach going to stay put. I like the in-chat organ chant going on here from Roger. That's creative. Eschmeyer still going to stay out there. Had a good day out here. 7 strikeouts, allowed 2 runs, neither of them earned. So pitching a box score shutout. Jensen's going to come back out to first base. Jensen, the center fielder, probably a stolen base threat. And Warnke, 2 strikeouts. How did he do that? Okay, a check swing. And somehow, like behind his own ear, he makes contact and fouls it away. So unlucky for Warnke, who didn't mean to make contact. He'll get a strike for it. Curveball high. Not particularly enticing for Warnke. Man on first and second, 2 outs. Rippentrop wipes the sweat from his brow. Curveball finds the zone. And Eschmeyer, whose curveball is sitting high 60s, maybe mid 60s. Yeah, it's saying 69. So, good estimate. And the runner starts to take off, and he falls over. But will they try to throw? No, they're just keeping the man at third. But he fell over. That was a little embarrassing.
That could be.
Yep, it sure was.
That would be defensive indifference, no?
No, that's a stolen base.
Really?
No,
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
no intention of throwing it off.
No, not because they didn't care whether he scored, they just didn't want to take a chance.
1-2. Strike 3 called on the edge of the plate. Burke Eschmeyer roars and gets out of the inning.
You could be right, but I don't argue.
Well, then you-
Nobody scores in the top of the 5th. Another shutout from Eschmeyer. And he'll get out of the jam. 8 Ks so far for him.
On 2 hits. No errors.
2 hits lead to no runs.
After 4.5 innings.
No earned runs, no errors.
Expos
And
5.
2 men left on base, bringing the total up to 7 left on base, at least 1 each inning for Sioux Falls West. They've gotten a lot of chances, have not capitalized on hardly any. And it's still 5-2. Same score we left the second with. And Mets coming back out, it looks like, right?
You know, you're right, because the guy was on third, right? That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, we have a new pitcher. Just a similar build to that of Mets.
You're right.
Got another lanky right-hander.
There was nobody on third, then you might.
I'm seeing a 7.
But then it still wouldn't be defensive interference or indifference, because why wouldn't you throw down on the 5?
Beckett Whitlock gonna come up
Okay.
and pitch. Bryson Metz pitches 4 innings
Well,
with 3 earned runs and I believe 2 strikeouts, right? No, 1 strikeout.
Now pitching for Sioux Falls, number 7, Beckett Whitlock.
yeah, I think what you gotta keep up.
So Whitlock will come onto the mound in relief. He will face the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, 9 of Brager, Rippentrop, and Giddings. That group has gone 2 for 6 so far today. Definitely some jerseys stuck to backs here today. This is the kind of day you don't want to touch the metal on the seatbelt.
For Rapid City, post 22 in the 5th inning. The catcher, number 11, Carter Brager.
Or the slide of the park. Just anything metal, steer pretty clear. It's going to be scorching temperature. Strike 1. Floating ball in the zone.
Um,
0-1.
I hope not. 'Cause they used to-
Grounded back up the middle, and it will be backhanded play by Dunn. He throws, stretching at first, and making the play is Voss.
I guess we'll find
Good
out.
stretch from the first baseman. He has to check his hand. I think he might have hit him in the fingers or something.
First
But-
baseman, number 28, McCoy Ribbentrop.
A good backhanded play from Dunn, stretch from Voss, and that'll be out number 1. Brager 1 for 3 on the day. It brings up Rippentrop 0 for 2. He hits one through into right field. It's still rolling and going to be muffed a little in right, but nothing too major. So a 1-out single for McCoy Rippentrop, his first hit of the day.
Designated hitter, number 17, Tayson Giddings.
Rippentrop, not really the kind of guy you're expecting to steal, but he's done it like a handful of times this year.
We are on game number 3. The bottom of the 5th inning.
Brett throws more games than Morrison.
And
Any of our guys.
good news, the Cadets won against the Sioux Falls Black. No, it's the Brookings Black.
Well, that would be the whole.
14U team. Also beat Watertown recently. And the Bullets are up huge over post 15 Black. So we're beating two post 15 teams at the same time. Runner takes off, and Ripon Trop will get there. No throw needed. Look at him rumble on over to second base. Fully upright, but the legs just don't seem under him. That'll be a good steal for Ripon Trop. Watch out, he could take third. Outside ball, taken in the dirt. It's a 3-1 count for Giddings. He's 1 for 2, had a single his last time up. Ooh, no, ball 4? Wait, was that a strike?
3-1.
Oh, okay. I was a little prophetical there with my 3-1 call. 3-1 count. Oh, called strike. Just caught the top of the zone. And Whitlock with a 3-2-1 count. Man on second here in the bottom of the 5th. Checks back on the runner, checks again, and delivers. Outside ball taken, and that'll be a walk handed out to Giddings. First walk of the tourney for him. Well, at the plate.
Right fielder, number 15, Ben Hassett.
2 on, brings up Hassett. Hassett, single in each of his last 2 times up. Turning around after an 0 for 3 game 1. Coming back into form. He has scratch there. Through the pocket. Two on, 1 out. Hassett shows bunt and misses. And I think it hit the finger within the glove there of making McGinnis. He's sort of bracing his finger there. Might have broken a nail or something. I'm too far away to actually see that, but from the way he's inspecting his finger. Worst part about broken nail is putting like your glove or sock back over it and hoping it doesn't pull up. 0-1. Well outside, taken. As it keeps showing bunt. He's definitely got the speed to leg it out. But with force outs everywhere but home. We'll see. We might see a pickoff here, knowing that everybody's going to start running on the bunt. Bunt is put down, and it's going great place over to third. Throw in time. It was good placement, though, for the sacrifice bunt. Infield was playing in. And Kyler Boyd throws to first for the out. Sack bunt.
Left fielder, number 18, Kane McLeod.
Ripon Trop now to third. Giddings to second. And it brings up Kane McLeod, who has been out his last 2 times up. So officially 6 for 12.
11.
That's 6 for 11, okay. I know there was 1 added, and so I was... Yeah. All right, there's strike 1. McLeod had a double to lead off the game. That was his second of the tourney. Fastball strike at the bottom of the zone. Catching the kneecap.
What's that? No.
1-2. Or 0-2. Grounded. Caldwell, barehanded grab. Aw, unfortunate. All right, Ripon Trop with a lead. Same with Giddings. Taken high, it gets away from the catcher McGinnis, and coming home is Rippentrop. He will slide in. Cloud of dust ensues.
Black hustle, pitch would have been there, that would have been one heck of a close play.
And that is a wild pitch bringing home Rippentrop. And yet again, with 2 outs, a run scores. All 6 have been scored with 2 outs.
You only have to get 2 out of that, I think baseball would be a lot different.
Very different. It was a 2-out inning. Like the regular season extra innings rule. Take it high. Ball 3. All right, Whitlock delivers. Swing and a miss. He gets a K. McLeod upset with himself as he goes down on a breaking ball, stranding the runner on third. But one run does score.
On 1 hit, no errors.
First strikeout of the outing for Whitlock.
After 5 innings, you score Rapid City Post 22, Expos 6, Sioux Falls West Post 15.
And 1 hit leads to 1 run. It is earned. There are no errors, and 1 man is left on third. So it is now 6-2. The first run scored since the 2nd inning by either side. And we go into the back 2. The final 2 innings here. Burke Eschmeyer has left. I believe that's Brody Lee, I want to say.
Number 20.
Riley Scott. Okay, Scott's back in. Sorry, I'm seeing the dyed hair. So Scott, who came in to relieve against Watertown. Scott, who briefly came in to pitch the final out and take an at-bat against Watertown with Graydon Juvie on the mound, is now going to relieve Burke Eschmeyer. Burke Eschmeyer finishes the game with 5 innings pitched. He strikes out 8.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He allows
7.
6 hits.
4, 5, 6.
And walks 2, right? No, 3. He walks 3.
Walk 3.
He's in position for the win at the moment. And he has no earned runs because the only 2 that scored were unearned. So pretty good. 5 innings, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 6 hits, 3 walks.
The third baseman, number 2, Tyler Boyd.
And so, yeah. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Scott puts a fastball upstairs, and they can't catch up to it. Bottom of the order here, it's Boyd, Shaw, and Voss again. Last time we went through this side, there was a single and a walk as well as a strikeout. So overall, not too bad from the bottom of the order. But they got to face a new challenge now. Scott throws high. Expos very deep at pitching. A lot of their position players also quite exceptional pitchers. Brought up to do both from a young age. That's a spiked ball 3. Scott last year clocked at 74 on the fastball. I think he's improved a little. Fouled away. Strike 2.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Yeah, Scott projected, he had I said he was 74 max, fouled away. Watch out. Uh-oh.
God, nachos all over me. God dang it.
Oh, dang it. Shout out to the audio viewers.
$1.
They really did. They really did. Nachos all over him. He's got cheese in his ears now. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They have to finish it at first, and they will.
actually kind of crazy.
Rager to rip and trot,
There's a lot.
and a strikeout against the first batter he sees.
Asher Shaw.
Dots.
So,
We have.
start off the inning with a strikeout swinging. Up comes Shaw. The Expos in a pretty good spot right now. Wow, that thing ran away like what would you call it? Like a bay wheel. That's a throwback to the turning point of 2000 to 2010s. Bay wheels, the check swing, foul ball. But bay wheels were the spin-off of the Bay Blade, very popular top toy. This was like a wheel that would attack each other.
You had the option at that point.
He did a lot of jumping. That hits off the glove of Scott, turns around the momentum of Inhofer, and that'll be a single. Scott should have left that. Dawson Inhofer was shaded that way. But that'll be an infield single for Shaw. His first time reaching base today. He's a right fielder. And judging by his build, I'm going to say at least somewhat fast. Ooh, he pulled the sliding mitt out of his back pocket, but he doesn't have it on right now. So he's not ready to he's not cleared for takeoff per se. He's putting it back on. He has to put the Velcro on right now. And he has it. It's prepared. He's ready to steal. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Signal being relayed by the man at third, the third base coach. Voss has a walk and a strikeout swinging. Nothing put in play yet. Fouled away. Strike two.
They do have a little thing too.
Ball strike.
Fun time rentals, whatever, but go-karts and stuff.
Ball
so-
strike. Foul.
so culture here,
Swing
center's
strike
closed.
for strikeout.
So, that's open.
Loss. Foul. Ball.
Voss pops it up into foul territory. Prager giving way. Rip and Trop can't get there and nearly falls on top of the people sitting right next to the dugout.
Sponsored by Wahi Glass in the lawn chair game. Okay, it was 3-1, called strike.
You're off by one guy.
Walk.
You played much pickleball this summer?
Back up to the top of the order.
You just played this morning.
Yep.
Really?
Ball.
Close the board downs, but
1-2.
Called strike.
Scott, curveball, grounded over to Inhofer. This could be two. It eats him up. It's short. He cannot make it. Good splits there from McCoy Rippentrop on the stretch. He's able to stretch and make the play. There was not a double play. It was bobbled, getting into the glove on an odd hop for Dawson Inhofer. So Shaw is safe, who took off a little bit early. And there will be a 6-3 out at first for the second out of the inning.
Line drive single left.
Big tall kid that
And it brings up Hudson Edberg.
Number 19, Hudson Edberg.
Edberg, the leadoff man, not really done his part today. He's 0 for 3 as the DH. He's been a hole in the lineup at the top slot, which is not something you do as a team that wins usually. But the Hard Hats have made it happen a few times. I mean, yeah, but leadoff man working, especially with people hitting behind him, is a big part of this. Hit towards the street and it'll stay bounce. Oh, I don't know where it went. It might have gone over to the ticket stand area or not. 0-2 count. The target set high and outside. We'll see if he hits it. Scott delivers. Curveball, it's outside and right about on target, but it does not get a swing. Catcher and batter exchange some words. Now the target set inside and middle. That's grounded over to third. Burris has it. He will throw and make the play. Out number 3. Another shutout inning. This one from Riley Scott. And the Expos in position to take the 1 seed going into the championship day tomorrow at the Junior State Legion
One man left on base.
South Dakota Class A Junior Legion State Tournament here in Pierre.
Sioux Falls West post 15-2.
Some of them, oh, they look pretty decent too. Where they used to be.
1 hit turns into no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 more man left on. So all 6 innings, Sioux Falls West has left a man on base.
Ball one and the back runner.
The total of which is
One of our friends that's coming back. He was doing
And then
chest
fly
boxing.
out to center field.
8 left on base.
Boxing.
I've just had to write 2s all the way across the board because they scored 2 in the first, and for the next 5 innings, they have not gotten any.
Ball, foul, foul.
Both teams have 3 errors. Hasn't been a flawless defensive game.
It was pretty cool. I enjoyed working.
Ball,
Yeah, if you,
foul.
The only 2 errors, or the only 2 runs on the board for Sioux Falls post 15 West are
win the round of boxing.
on errors. The first baseman Voss really struggling with the heat right now. You can see him. He's kind of he hunched over, took off his hat, and he is definitely succumbing to the heat. It is over 100 degrees out here in Pierre with humidity.
Where's that at?
Not like Yankton or Brookings humidity, but humidity.
For Rapid City post 22 Expos in the 6th inning. The center fielder, number 12, Lars Kiefer.
We got,
At least they're chilly before you know it.
And Lars Kiefer going to lead us off.
Okay.
Kiefer single his last 2 times, an infield and an outfield single.
Wasn't when the game started, but
Strike 1 taken.
Pick off at first
yeah.
base.
Whitlock back out there.
Pick off done.
That's going to be lined and foul.
Foul balls can be returned to the
Yeah,
concession
that's
stand.
going to go into the creek.
Sponsored by Hyde Glass in the lawn chair. And after that, swing and a strike.
0-2 count. Whitlock did get a K to end the inning. That's turned and hit into, almost made by the bullpen catcher. But lined over there. Those kids are chasing it, but they don't. Oh, wait, they're climbing. They're going to go after the one in the creek.
Sometimes it's
Ball.
and all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
No, they're going to go after it. I don't know if it's going to be wet or dry. No matter what, they're getting $1. 1-2. A little bit high to Kiefer. He'll take. Thank you all for tuning in to Hard Hats TV. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you.
Might be in a hoodie and sweatpants.
Assuming an Expos win here, they will play at 9:30 tomorrow morning in the first of the 4-team single elimination tournament to decide the Junior Legion State Champion. They would play against the 2 spot in. They would play against the 2 spot in this tourney, or in the other side, the Stripes division as they call it. That 2 spot will be the winner of Brookings versus, called strike 3.
The laser doesn't move.
Kiefer thought it was ball 4,
The third baseman,
Same exact
number
laser.
14.
and that one's got to be frustrating. Strikeout looking.
I'm not real sure.
Second strikeout of the outing for Whitlock.
So it's off to the side and then you so you have to find the mid the center of the ring. So you have to find that distance, then you find this distance, and then
17, I believe, is here.
It does the calculations itself, so you just gotta measure here, and then each time you're just gonna go, just drop it down and it'll know.
Yeah, new pitcher coming in here for Sioux Falls West.
our goal is to get it going for the senior games.
I'm seeing a
Now pitching
17.
for Sioux Falls West.
Jason
Number
Nordstrom.
17, Jackson Nordstrom.
Is that a Jackson? Yeah.
So we have to get software down.
It's close to Jason, but it's Jackson.
That'd be cool.
Let's do that.
Called strike,
Not this fast.
a ball, and the runner
Test it
steals
out.
second.
That's
I have a
what
tape measure to calibrate things.
I.
So Jackson Nordstrom will reach, or will come in now
Ball for
and take some warm-up pitches.
bunt foul. I don't know if he made
Yeah, just, that one takes me a couple.
Look at how they're controlling the heat right now. Everybody head down,
Okay.
ball
getting
one.
low to the dirt.
Sacrifice bunt 5-3.
They're just baking out there.
McLeod. Ball.
Just a second.
Oh, okay.
Alright, now I'm at McLeod, got a ball.
Ball, 2 called strikes.
Okay.
Foul. A ball on a pass ball would score a run.
Okay. North or Ricky Cross came in.
Yep.
Pass ball. Getting.
Oh, they're all the way to the bottom of the fifth.
On the same pitch. Okay.
Recounting the entire thing.
And then swinging strike for the strikeout. Okay, top of the 6th.
Yep.
Pitching change. Riley Scott comes in the pitch.
Okay.
Very meticulous record keeping for the PA announcer.
Did he go in as a batter?
Getting the exact order of pitches
Not as far
and what
as I
happened
know,
on each
because
pitch.
they did the DH.
I'm gonna say, I'm not sure, empty the position.
Well, they're still batting their DH.
I mean, doing that for every game is kind of wild.
Okay, Kyler Boyd. Swinging strike.
They're in the top of the 6th there. We are currently in the bottom of the 6th.
2 fouls. Swinging strike.
And up to bat, Hadley Burris going to face the new pitcher. Strike 1. A good fastball at the top of the zone.
And Asher Shaw.
Here we go. Expos. Here we go.
Foul. Single back to the pitch.
Outside ball. Taken. Here's Burris. He got out on batter's interference in a double play on a stealing attempt from Lars Kiefer his last time up. Spiked ball, ball 2.
Round out 6-3.
A skipper.
Runner goes to 7.
What was that?
Round out 6-3. Runner goes to 7.
Out at first. 6.
Burris. Ready?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Ball taken low.
Yep.
Swinging strike. Foul. Ball. Round out 3.
3-1. Called strike. Just caught the inside of the plate. Burris has not struck out at any point, or he struck out twice in this tournament, but hit by a pitch and a double so far. And taken high.
Ball strike 3.
Ball 4. And Burris will reach base here in the bottom of the 6th.
Called strike. 2 balls. Called strike. Ball 4. And that's where we're up to.
No shit.
Very odd stat line for him. Braden Juvie now up. He's reached every time he's come up. 2 walks.
Number 19, Braden Juvie.
He's, 2 walks and a single.
Good job. Thank you so much for that. That gives me so much relief. I need some.
And taking off is Burris. The throw from McGinnis is late. The second baseman, Dunn, slips in the dirt, but he'll be fine. Stolen base from Burris. His first of the game, second of the tournament. And Juvie's still up. It was taken ball 2. Called strike at the top of the zone. That seems to be a favorite pitch here for Nordstrom.
We just want to be able to
Out and low.
That's a good deal. That's baseball stuff.
3-1. Burris with a substantial leadoff second. Low ball, and it'll be taken for another walk. Juvie, his 3rd consecutive walk off of 2 separate pitchers.
Number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
And now there's 2 on with 1 out. Up comes Inhofer. 1 for 3 on the day. RBI, single, strikeout, and a flyout. 3 for 7 overall. He hits it right back up the middle. Handled. And Bryant gives it to Dunn over to first. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. That'll end the inning. Inhofer hits into the 6-4-3, and we will go into the final inning of play here in Game 3 on Day 3 of the South Dakota Class A Junior Legion State Tournament.
1 man left on base. After 6 innings,
With the Expos with a 4-run cushion up 6-2.
West Coast 15-2.
That inning was the first one with no hits for the Expos. So no hits turn into no runs, no earned runs, no errors, but 2 men are left on, or 1 man's left on base. 6-2 the score. And this is the most potent part of the lineup. That's for sure. It's Bryant, McGinnis, and Dunn. Together, they have combined for 5 hits of the 8 total.
Thank you. You're good.
5 hits of the total.
Yeah, no one's in there.
Everybody all dirty, sweaty, covered in dust. I hope there's still waters left in the cooler. I'm not trying to get any, but I hope that they didn't run out.
When did he come in? Because I didn't have him in.
Yeah, we talked about that. He came and started the 6th inning.
Start of the 6th.
Yeah.
Scott will come back for his 2nd inning. Expos have pitched 5 consecutive shutout innings since allowing 2 unearned runs in the first. Pitching has been superb. They get the win. They're the 1 seed. Currently a 4-run cushion to work with in the final inning of play.
For Sioux Falls West in the 7th inning.
But they're going to have to face the tough part of the lineup with the majority of hits on the game, Bryant, McGinnis, and Dunn. McGinnis with a triple, a single, and a strikeout. Or sorry, not McGinnis, this is Bryant. Strike 1 taken. Bryant batting left here. Curveball. He swings at one that was high into the street. Not hearing any car alarms.
Return to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Hyde Glass and the Lawn Share Game.
They all bounce, they all go over the first car, into the middle of the road, and over the next car.
That's fouled away as well.
I think the best one I saw this year was it landed in the back of a pickup driveway. Bounced out, hit the front boat, and out. And the guy slammed on the brakes. What was that?
0-2. Popped up, and that should be playable. Rippentrop tracing after it, and he is going to miss it. It lands behind him. It swirls and travels a little further than he bargained for. That'll be an error on Rippentrop.
What? No, it's an error anyway. Prolonged it back.
You call that a ball in play, then?
No, it's not. Well, it's foul ball, but it's an error.
I don't know
how to do that either.
I just thought it was once they reached.
0-2.
If they reached.
Ball in the dirt, and a very high hop off the catcher's shoulder.
He's struck out on the next pitch. He's still in there. I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I know baseball scoring rules.
1-2. Hit hard down into right field. A line drive will be a leadoff single for Bryant, his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
That's the same.
Tough break with Rippentrop dropping that ball in foul territory. As now the opening runner is on first. It brings up McGinnis, who has a single, a strikeout, and a walk. Scored one of the 2 runs in the first inning. Our opponent, should we win, would be the winner of Brookings versus the Brookings versus Pierre later today. And that would be a game at 9:30 Central tomorrow, 8:30 Mountain for those of you back in Rapid. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's supposed to be a fastball out of the zone and you threw a changeup.
0-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Scott dialed in on the mound. McGinnis struck out looking back in the third. Scott has one strikeout. It was swinging on his first at-bat. He catches him looking, freezes the batter, and that'll be a strikeout. Number 2 of the outing for Scott and the first out in this final inning.
The second baseman, number 11, Jackson Dunn.
All right, I didn't switch the innings amount for you guys, so it kind of looked a little odd. But now you guys know the full context. Grounded over to short. Inhofer, this could end it, but he eats him up. That one took an odd bounce off of the uneven ground here at Hyde Stadium.
Bad out single.
What do you think? Oh, I think that was right.
I call it an error.
I thought it was an error.
All right, they're calling it an E6 here.
The center fielder, number 5, Matt Jensen.
No matter what, that was a lucky deal there with what could have been the inning-ending, game-ending double play, turning into all runners being safe. Out comes Matt Jensen. Matt Nell. Yeah. Scott, first pitch in the dirt in the other batter's box. The batter's box, definitely not parallelograms at this point. They're a little warped in places. Slightly low, but a good pitch.
His last hit, that ball jumped off his bat like nobody's business. Get to see him go up in the zone, scroll up to see that.
Tying run on deck here. Just off the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. A walk would load the bases for Jackson Warnke, who has struck out all 3 times he's come up. Scott does walk him, and the bases are loaded here in the top of the 7th. Uh-oh.
Why not finish 12 innings? Why not? Elliot said, I'll buy a bathroom.
Oh, they're gonna give you time maybe here.
No, this doesn't take long enough.
And it looks like Scott might be relieved, but I'm not seeing anybody from any bullpen area. It might take him out of the field. This could be a Hassett save situation. I could see that happening. I could also see, I don't know who else is eligible. Dawson Inhofer, he's a reliever. He could do it. And then, but Burke's the backup shortstop, and he's not eligible to come back.
Looks like we might just be talking about Dakota. I don't think he's changing anything. Just tell him.
I think he's just saying, hey guys, just make sure you get an out. You know, we got a 4-run lead.
Force
We
it
don't have to
home.
make a fancy play. Just get somebody out.
Bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning.
Jackson Warnke.
Jackson Warnke is up. In his 3 times facing the starter Burke Eschmeyer, he struck out swinging not once, not twice, but thrice. 0 for 3 on the game, but now he gets some relief in the form of Riley Scott. First pitch, check swing, he went. A curveball low, coaxes a swinging strike from Jackson Warnke. Sets up, delivers, curveball, fouled. Watch out. Man on third just gets out of the way.
That's number 9, Noah McFarland.
Oh, they do have a pinch hitter for Warnke.
I don't know if he's on the chair or
McFarland. Noah McFarland.
for the cameras or what's that?
Definitely a good idea with Warren Key striking out all 3 times. And an 0-2 count. Scott delivers. Fastball turned on into left, and it'll get down. That's an RBI single. Throw to third. Might have got him. They did! A very rare 7-5 putout
That's not a hit.
at third base. That'll be a fielder's choice.
An RBI for the next choice?
A RBI fielder's choice, kind of rough for the first baseman who got it into the outfield.
What number is that? Ground or 9?
Okay.
A 7-5 putout.
I'll be 62
Third
in
baseman,
2 days. I ain't
number
never
2,
seen
Kyler Boyd.
7-5 fielder's choice.
I ain't never seen that.
That is crazy. A 7-5 fielder's choice is something.
You're gonna be 62?
62
Dang,
days.
that means I'm the oldest person up here.
That's high. No, you don't know that.
Yes, I do.
62.
There ain't anybody else here that's at 65 or older.
Okay, so
Yeah, but he got 4 jump balls.
that was odd. Scott gives him something. It's grounded over to Inhofer. He scoops it. The throw on the run in time, and that'll do it. Finishing out the game, the Expos are going to be the 1 seed here in their pool, despite a loss in the opening game. The Expos finished the pool play 2-1. That ties them with Sioux Falls East, or Sioux Falls West.
2 men left on
And they will be 2-1, facing the winner of Brookings Post 74 and Pierre Post 8 in the nightcap. The final day, the ticket has been punched to the final day of play here.
Which means that we will see both of them again tomorrow on
And
Championship Sunday.
So Sioux Falls West will play a Brandon Valley team
remaining today.
in the game at 12 p.m. At 9:30, we will have the Expos versus the winner of Brookings Pier. So 9:30 a.m. I will schedule that stream tonight so that you guys know 9:30 Central, 8:30 8:30 a.m. Mountain for those of you back in Rapid. And playing the winner of Pierre Brookings. Glad I could bring it to you. Thanks to Post 8 for getting the Wi-Fi. It worked the whole way through. What a fantastic deal from them. Great hosts for the state tournament. But check in tomorrow. A semifinal and possibly a final. Here on Hard Hats TV. Expos have a chance to bring home a state championship. Thanks for watching. I'm Oliver Fell. Final score is 6-3, and I'll see you bright and early, 9:30 Central, 8:30 Mountain tomorrow morning. Have a good night.
I've never seen the format.
In Major League action today.
1 seed from each